So rookie minicamp is now over. We got to see some of the players that the Broncos drafted on the practice field for the first time. We're getting our first look at the Broncos schedule. They get to play in London, and also they will have a Christmas game. There is some really exciting stuff going on with the Denver Broncos right now that I want to talk all about as we approach training camp and the time of year where things really start to get real. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 60,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Also, now that the NFL schedule is here, if you would like a discount on tickets for any of the games that you want to go to, I got you. At Vivid Seats with code Premier20, you can get $20 off any order of $200 or more if you have a new account. And that's pretty much what sports tickets go for these days anyways, so you might as well take advantage of this offer. Again, the code is Premier20 to get $20 off your order at Vivid Seats. The link and code will also be listed in my description and in the comments. Now back to the video. Alright, so starting with rookie minicamps and what we learned from them, the first winner was Jahdae Barron, the corner the Broncos selected with their first round pick at number 20 out of Texas. Sean Payton has had nothing but praise to say about this guy so far. I would say he's exactly what we saw on tape. Smart, savvy, if you're watching him closely. Some people stop and transition very quickly. He has a really quick twitch. I'd say he's sticky in coverage, Payton said. Barron is a guy who is so versatile. You can throw him into multiple roles and he can make the adjustment after some time. He has a 5'11", 194-pound frame, and in 2024, he had 67 tackles and 5 interceptions. And in 2024, he had 67 tackles and 5 interceptions. He's also a leader on the field. I know in the NFL as a rookie and as a young guy, it's tough to be a leader because of the way it comes off, but this is a guy that teammates naturally just gravitate to, and as he starts to make plays and define his role and what he does, that's when I think his leadership skills are really going to be put on display, and he definitely put them on and was vocal in rookie minicamps. Alright, now moving on to the second winner from minicamp that I want to talk about. Harvey really stood out. I mean, just him standing there, his size, frame, and tree trunk legs were something you could not take your eyes off of. Here's what Sean Payton has had to say about him. He's picked up on what we were doing very quickly. You can tell it's very important to him. This is like the first exposure to the training room, the weight room, the schedule, the nutrition, the practice. There's a lot more than just, hey, we're going to run these plays. He's looked good though. Harvey is definitely expected to come in and take on the backup role for the Broncos in 2025 because he most likely will not immediately surpass veterans like Julian McLaughlin and Audric Estime for the starting role, despite being ranked as one of the top backup backs in 2025. Harvey's ascension is complicated by McLaughlin's impressive 4.8 yards per carry average since 2023. Currently though, Harvey was positioned as the starter in minicamp ahead of both McLaughlin and Estime, with the 2025 second round pick expected to play a significant role in the rotation from the outset. The Broncos have struggled with rushing productivity as of late, failing to produce a 1,000-yard rusher since 2019, which is actually kind of crazy. As they move forward, their running back trio promises to be cost effective and competitive for carries. The next winner from minicamp that I want to talk about is Bryant, the wide receiver the Broncos selected with their third round pick out of Illinois. This is a dude who has great hands and ball skills and can go up and win a one-on-one battle and make a contested catch. He made quite a few over Jahdae Barron over the last few days of minicamp. Plenty of headroom will be required in the Broncos receivers meeting room, as Bo Nix has been given a plethora of 6-foot+ targets in 2025. Had the Broncos gone with a receiver in round 1, it might not have generated as much surprise as actually selecting Texas corner Jahdae Barron did. Nevertheless, the Broncos waited until round 3 before they selected Bryant from Illinois with the 74th pick, but many draft analysts subsequently expressed an opinion that it was a bit of a reach. The 22-year-old from Jacksonville, Florida, has arrived in the Mile High City with no shortage of confidence that his proven physical style of play can fit very well with what the Broncos are looking for. Just being that physical route runner at Illinois, I earned my way onto the field being that blocking guy and physical guy, Bryant said on Saturday during Broncos rookie minicamp. Kind of add that to the catching game and really all aspects of my game. Really, using my size as an advantage will help me at the next level. Despite a great deal of experts not even placing Bryant in their top 100 prospects, the Broncos were definitely blown away by that big catch radius in particular. He displayed one of his core strengths during the early going in minicamp and against, of all people, the first rounder Barron. When the ball is in the air, it's mine, Bryant said. That was great coverage by Jahdae. Of course we're teammates and take care of each other, but those are the catches that I have to make to be successful at this level. Now to move on from Rookie Minicamp, because Minicamp is just Minicamp, and it really is hard to come up with real narratives from it, let's talk about actual news going on in Broncos country right now. So we just found out the Broncos will be heading overseas to play in London against the Jets, and then they will play on Christmas against the Kansas City Chiefs on primetime. And many people believe already that with the way this schedule is set up, that week 17, the entire AFC could be on the line. It really could be that competitive of a year for the NFL. The Broncos obviously do have to make a huge jump from going 10-7 last year if they really do want to become a true contender. They showed a lot of promise in 2024, but as we all know, one of the three biggest weaknesses and the thing that really came back to haunt them down the stretch was not having a run game. It made life that much harder on Bo Nix because opposing defenses could just completely game plan around stopping the pass, knowing that the run game was ineffective. There were so many obvious passing downs in situations last year, and the Broncos still somehow were able to find offensive success. So I can only imagine what Bo Nix could do with a run game and a more balanced offense around him. One unit or area that really kind of underwent a complete transition last offseason and reinvented themselves was the offensive line. Obviously things were abysmal in that Russell Wilson Broncos country let's ride season where they allowed 45 sacks, but then in 2024 with Bo Nix under center, they only allowed half of that, which was outstanding improvement. I think because the Broncos were forced to throw the ball and be a passing team last year, it almost forced the O-line to zero in on their pass protection to give Bo Nix enough time to make good throws and not rush decisions. Obviously this year you would like to see more balance if you're a Broncos fan, so it will be interesting to see how the O-line adjusts. Anyways, moving on to more news with the schedule, the Denver Broncos are now confirmed for their week 1 game. They will host Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. It's a home game for the Broncos, so they will immediately be in front of their faithful crowd. Last year they opened up the 2024 NFL season against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, which is a tough environment with the 12th man and everything that they got going on over there. Well, Denver hasn't exactly had the easiest time during their home openers in recent years, and fortunately it seems like the franchise is stable enough to potentially avoid what has been a common week 1 fate. The NFL season is quite long, and we have seen crazy things happen across the first couple weeks of a season, and for the Broncos, they will look to snap a scary week 1 trend when the Titans come to town to kick off the 2025 NFL season, which, believe it or not, is going to be here before we know it. It always goes fast. The Denver Broncos have lost their week 1 game in all of the following seasons in recent memory: 2019, 2020, 2022, 2023, and 2024. Their last week 1 win since 2019 was back in 2021 when Teddy Bridgewater, can you believe that? Teddy Bridgewater was quarterbacking the team. It's been a scary trend for Denver, as I said, and Sean Payton is now 0-2 in his week 1 games as the team's head coach. Payton actually does have an odd history in prior years with the New Orleans Saints of starting out slow, which is definitely interesting. Anyways, that's really all the news and things I want to talk about for today. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video and made it to this point, thank you all for watching. Please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, because your support truly does mean the world, and also let me know who you'd like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.